Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Mecca. I'm your host, Thomas Beard, along with my co-host, Shaq Jones. Today, we're going to talk a lot of NBA basketball because, honestly, right now, that's about all there is to talk about.
Man, a lot of NBA basketball. It's playoff season, so everybody is really feeling it, and they're ready to get into these matchups.
But before we do that, let's talk a little vault football. We had the orange and white game go on this week, past weekend. I think we got a few clips from that. Here, you're going to see Josh Dobbs going to drop back. He's going to throw this pass, and it's going to get deflected by the receiver and then intercepted by TK Jr. right there. And then this player right here, you're going to see Quentin Dormady drop back, throws it up to the junior college receiver, Jeff George. He's 6'6", 190 pounds. He's a big boy, and he's looking to make a big difference there on the team. And then we're talking about kind of the highs and the lows from this game. First off, the highs, of course, Jeff George is 6'6", 190. He's a huge guy. Looks like he's a big talent. Looks like he's going to make a big difference. And then Preston Williams also, he had 3 receptions for 77 yards. Looked really good in that opening game and kind of capped off a nice spring training that he's had. On the flip side, though, we're still having those drop passes problems. We had 2 drop passes early on that were thrown by Josh Dobbs. That one that was deflected for an interception, and then Ethan Wolpe dropped one as well.
Right.
We have such great improvements on the receiving core, but we also have to see those setbacks. What do you think our receiving core is going to look like this year, Shaq?
I'm thinking that the receiving team is going to be definitely refined. I mean, Preston Williams, I'm looking at him to lead the pack. He's the most improved player over this offseason. He's been working very hard. They've had a lot of shakeups. I mean, you got Jason Kroom. He's moving to tight end, 6'6", 200 plus.
Right, yeah.
So I'm really looking to see what he can offer us at the tight end position.
Definitely. And, we're also, you got to talk about the Josh Dobbs QB competition there with Quentin Dormady, where he was in the lead against the 0-2 quarterbacks, and then they had the famous quarterback, Peyton Manning rollout pass that he threw, and he missed the pass, and the 0-2 completed it and ended up beating him in the quarterback competition.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a threat to him as far as his position on the team as being a starter?
No, I don't see any threat at all, actually. I mean, Quentin Dormady, he's a good-looking guy, man. He has a very strong arm. So, I kind of expected him to win in situations like those.
Okay.
But at the same time, I believe that Josh Dobbs is more of a well-developed quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I do anticipate seeing Dormady come in with Dobbs to kind of offset the defense, and they won't really know what to expect between a pro-style quarterback and then a dual-threat quarterback.
So you're saying we could see a little bit of both this year? We're going to see some Josh Dobbs maybe in some scramble plays, but then do you think they throw in Quentin Dormady some?
Definitely. I think that Quentin Dormady, although he didn't get a lot of minutes this past season, I'm looking forward to seeing him out there on the field. It probably won't be nowhere close as much as Josh Dobbs, but incorporating him into the system could definitely cause some good things to happen for us on the offensive side of the ball, especially with the new group of wide receivers that we got coming this season as
definitely.
well.
See, and I think this is just my personal opinion. I think they're going Josh Dobbs all the way.
You think so?
I think so, just because they made him the captain. He's a gamer. There's something about him. He wins games. He's got that intangible quality about him. He can run the ball better than Dormady can, obviously. And he's a leader. He's a leader on and off the field. So, that's the type of guy you want to have at your quarterback position. He's got the intangibles that Quentin Dormady doesn't have. So I don't think there's any way we're going to see Dormady this year. Next year, though, if he stays, it's going to be a different story.
I'm looking forward to it.
All righty, so we also got to talk a little bit about the ugly in the game. We had an injury go on. We had Brent Kendrick was an offensive lineman with a sprained ankle. Not a huge injury, but it's something that it did happen. And as far as this offseason that's just been plagued by injuries, is the injuries going to affect UT once the season actually gets started?
I don't really think so, to be honest. I mean, Brett Kendrick he's a good offensive lineman, but I think coming off this past season, we've had a lot of change-ups with the linemen, so I'm expecting to see a lot of different players get out there on the line of scrimmage and really show us something. But one thing I might be a little bit worried about is definitely Reeves Maben and just some of the people on the defensive side of the ball.
There's some big names there on the defensive side of the ball that have been injured. And another thing we got to talk about, of course, is what is our prospect after seeing this game, after knowing how much talent we've got. What are we looking for the next year?
That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. It's so many new faces. I definitely like what I saw at the game, but probably the most intriguing thing would be the wide receivers.
Definitely. I definitely think that was the most
definitely.
thing.
With Von Pearson, one of the big-time guys leaving the school, there's a lot of holes to fill in. So I'm really interested in seeing how we're gonna play our wide receivers this year.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the rest of the East, and I'm like, man, the rest of the East is kind of trash. Like, let's be honest. This is a down year for the East.
It is.
This is a great time for us to come in and just kind of, close in on that spot and get a chance to play in Alabama or an LSU in the title game. I mean, I really think this Tennessee squad has the ability to go 12-0, 11-1 with the only loss being to Alabama. Are you kidding me? Like, we should have beat Alabama last year. Like, we should have been undefeated last year if everything falls our way. So, and we're talking about a team that's only gotten better. Like, we only lost, 2 or 3 seniors? We lost Von Pearson and a few defensive players, and that's really it.
What I really like is Cam Sutton, I mean, deciding to come back for one more year, that really makes a difference for us on the defensive side of things.
Definitely. And there was a few players that came back. It was not just him.
Right.
Also, we want to talk about Bashar Graves. We had the WNBA draft that went on recently. Bashar Graves was drafted second round, 22nd overall. Normally not considered to be an impact on a team, but what do you think?
I think the opposite. I mean, she was a very big player here at UT.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, so she finished with a lot of stats to show for her over 15.
Was it 1,500 points and 1,000 rebounds? Is one of the few players in Tennessee history to do that.
Yeah, she's like top 5 in Tennessee history. So I mean, she's a big time player, and then she's going on a team, the Minnesota Lynx. They just came off a championship with Sylvia Fowles, the 2015 WNBA Finals MVP. So I definitely think Bashar can come in on the team. I mean, training camp starts next week, so the turnaround it's not the same, but
it's not.
I definitely see her coming in and just really giving them some valuable minutes on the court.
Okay, that's an interesting take. I mean, definitely if anyone's going to make an impact, it's someone like her. But we'll just have to see come season time. Got to talk a little bit of softball and a little bit of baseball. Right now, the UT softball team is 33-11. They went 2-1 in at Georgia in their last series. They play the Tennessee Classic this weekend. On the 23rd and the 24th, the teams in that tournament are Oklahoma, Radford, and Lipscomb. So we'll see how that goes. We also got to talk a little Tennessee baseball as well. They're 20-16 right now. They went 1-2 in their last series against Alabama. They got an upcoming series versus Vandy, April 22nd through the 24th. And of course, we got to talk about the Nick Senzel play. It's a top 10 play. Here it is right here. We're going to see it's a foul ball, and then Nick Senzel runs. Doesn't look like he's going to get it, and then just leaps up over the stands, catches it, falls into the dugout.
Wow.
Like, he lays all out for it, and I mean, it ended up being a SportsCenter top 10 play because of it. It was an awesome play and really exciting to watch. So hopefully we can see more of that in the UT baseball. We're going to take a commercial break, but after that, we're going to talk a little NBA, Kobe's last game, and the 73-9 Warriors. We'll be right back.
The authority on the origins and composition of meteorites and scientist on the first spacecraft missions to Mars is one person, Dr. Hap McSween, distinguished professor at the University of Tennessee. A rock flying through space is also a specialty of Tennessee alum R.A. Dickey, big league knuckleballer and best-selling author. At UT, we appreciate and encourage unique and creative minds.
The University of Tennessee, Big Orange, big ideas.
My favorite part about being involved and being a part of the Vol family is that we're one Tennessee.
Being from Tennessee and being able to go to school at the University of Tennessee was an honor for me.
My scholarship means so much to me. It's really a blessing.
My message to the Tennessee Fund donors would be just to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to pursue my dreams.
We appreciate everything that you guys do for us.
Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me and my teammates.
Vol fans, there's one penalty that is not reviewable.
Where's your orange? It's Friday.
And you're not wearing orange.
You gonna really come out here with no orange on?
Do not forget to support your Vols by wearing your orange on Fridays.
Got to be kidding me.
Show us your orange and avoid getting a penalty flag thrown your way on Big Orange Friday.
Back to Sports Mecca. I'm your host, Thomas Beard, along with Shaq Jones, my co-host. Right now, we're going to talk a little NBA. We got Kobe's last game, and we got the 73-9 Warriors. And those both games were pretty good games. Right here, we're going to see Kobe's going to. He went 5 for 15, or 5 for 5 in his last few minutes. Scored 15 points. Brought him back from a game that really didn't look like it was going to
He's not playing around with it. Oh, man.
That's vintage Kobe right there. He hits the
Vintage.
three. Of course, Jack Nicklaus is really happy right there. And then he's going to dribble. This is going to be the last points that he scores besides the free throws, obviously.
This shot right here,
that
man.
shot,
Oh,
wow, that's
vintage.
amazing right there. That's amazing. He finished with 60 points. He had an absolutely amazing game. And then, of course, the Warriors had to play the game as well. And those went on at the exact same time. So you had to kind of flip channels. At least that's what I was doing.
Right, definitely.
So right here we're going to see, this is Steph Curry's the 403 that he hit. Of course, he already broke his record from last year, but this was kind of a landmark because it's like, oh, 400, it's a nice even number. So right there, Steph hits the three. There's 400. He's an absolute beast. Of course, Golden State ended up smashing the Grizzlies by 30. It was not a pretty game at all. I mean, he misses this one, but they get the rebound. And then Steph is going to hit a trick layup here at the end of this play right here. Wasn't called for a foul, but absolutely pretty. I mean, amazing layup right there.
Nasty.
Golden State was absolutely on an absolute tear. And then right here, this is 401 for Curry. Absolute crazy game for him. And I got to ask you, you watched both games, obviously, and both games were really important. But which one's more important?
I don't know, man. I don't know. After look at those Steph Curry highlights, I'm really torn, to be honest. However, Kobe Bryant, I mean, the guy's the Black Mamba.
Really? Okay.
Definitely. And he definitely matters a lot more. I mean, 2K literally, like, put him on the cover the next day. Like, I woke up to see him.
Can't argue with that.
2K17.
and you talk about the bag of air that went for like $1,000 or something on eBay. I mean, it's something crazy.
Like, how do you even know that that's really a bag of air from the Staples Center? Like, I could just take a bag of air and put it on eBay. But, I mean, somebody's going to buy it.
See, now, I'm going to disagree with you. I actually think the Warriors game was more important, and it's because you're talking about making history. Now, Kobe's a great player, but if you were really a Kobe fan, you could have seen him on plenty of times, plenty of games to see him. I mean, his last game was important, but we're talking about history being made with this Warriors game. They're beating the 72-10 Bulls record. That's going to be in the record books. That's going to stay forever. The Kobe last game, it's not going to be around forever.
I disagree, man. You talk about putting up 60 points. I mean, you're 37 years of age, and you put up 60 points. I mean, you're not going to see that. I highly doubt that you're going to see that any more times in the NBA. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he beat all the as far as the closing games, he scored the most points of any last game.
Right.
And of course, I think we're both going to agree on this one. Which one was more exciting?
Oh, it's Stephen Curry, man.
What?
What do you mean?
You're talking about the Warriors game was more exciting than the Kobe game, where the game was actually close.
I mean, I guess I feel like the tone there, like at Staples Center, they wanted to just see Kobe just go out with a bang.
Oh yeah.
His teammates was just giving him.
Oh yeah, I mean, like he put up like 50-something shots. Like it looked like if you're playing 2K with just one player is what it looked like. It's like the only person that was scoring was Kobe.
It was terrible. I mean, however, it was a great performance.
Yeah.
I feel like people get too used to Stephen Curry just coming down.
Look, I'm never gonna get used to it. I love it. But look, no, the Kobe game was way more exciting. It was way closer. I mean, Kobe went 5 for 5, scored 15 points in the last few minutes, had an assist for the last play of his career, which I thought was kind of funny.
Right. People always get on him.
Right. Yeah.
The ball, Kobe.
All right, so we're gonna talk a little more Lakers here. Who do you think could be Kobe's successor? And this doesn't necessarily have to be on the Lakers. I'm talking about a type of guy who has the same game as Kobe.
I don't know. No, I mean, the game has changed.
Right, definitely.
It's not a lot of people that try to still imitate Jordan and Kobe. I mean, but I do like D'Angelo Russell's game. He finished averaging, I want to say, 15 points. And Julius Randle, he averaged a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds. I really like Larry Nance Jr.
Okay.
I mean, they got a lot of decent players.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of rumor about Kevin Durant going to LA. What you think about that?
That would be crazy. I definitely think Kevin Durant's going somewhere. He's not going to stay at OKC. Like, there's no way he's staying at OKC. There's way too much talent on that OKC team right now, and he's a star, and he needs to be a star somewhere. And right now, Russell Westbrook is taking that star power away from him. So he's gonna go somewhere. One of them's going somewhere. They might both leave.
Yeah, I definitely don't see both of them staying on the roster next year.
Not a chance. I mean, as far as Kobe's successor for me, I'm looking at a guy outside of the Lakers. I'm looking at a guy like a Russell Westbrook. We were kind of talking about him earlier, but he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's aggressive. He plays different than everybody else. He plays aggressive, and he kind of likes to take over the games at the end. Like we noticed a few games last season. I think so. Last season when Kevin Durant was out for that span of games, and he was trying to get him into the playoffs. A lot of times Russ would just try to take him on his back and try to do all the scoring for his team. Honestly, at the end, I think it ended up hurting his team more than it helped.
Yeah,
and that's a characteristic that, like it or not, gets put on Kobe a lot of times.
I love seeing Westbrook without KD. I mean, he's a triple-double machine. But I don't know about him late in the last 2 minutes of the game.
So your argument is he's not clutch. You're saying he's not clutch.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just not making the right move.
Okay.
You expect superstars to do certain things with the ball with 2 minutes left, and sometimes Russell Westbrook just comes short of that.
I can definitely agree with that.
I would trust KD more so with the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
In those clutch situations. However, both of them really do have problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Okay, so we got to talk about it because it's been going all over the place. Best of 7 series. 95-96 Bulls or 2015-2016 Warriors. Who you got?
Man, I got Bulls in 6.
Bulls in 6.
Not 7 and 6.
Even with the home court advantage that the Warriors would get from having the better record, you still got them in 6.
I don't care. Scottie Pippen.
Is that who would guard?
Steve Kerr. Tony Kukoc. And
hey.
Kukoc come off the bench. Come on now. I really don't know. They had a lot of hand checks back then.
Yeah, that's something that I was going to talk about. Is I personally think that the Warriors would win if we're talking about rules from 2015-2016.
Okay.
Because they win in 7 now. It'd be a close series. But the first 2 games would be at their gym. You're going to get some hand checks. You're probably going to get some early fouls on Kobe and get some early fouls on Scottie Pippen. And so I think Warriors in 7 if it's played with 2015-2016 rules, but I agree with you. Bulls in 6 if it's with the rules from 95-96. Okay, so we got one more thing right quick. Is the Warriors this season a bust if they don't win it all, having them beaten the record?
Definitely. There's nothing else to say. You finish your NBA season with literally the best record ever. It's nothing else to say. They have to win.
I agree with you. The Warriors season is definitely a bust unless Curry, actually, this ankle problem that he's had is a legitimate ankle problem and he's out for the rest of the series or he gets hurt again or something like that. So, but I definitely agree with you. They've got to win if they want the season to be successful.
Right.
All right, we're going to come right back. We're going to talk a little bit of NFL free agency and we're going to talk about the playoffs. See you in a minute.
My favorite part about being involved and being a part of the Vol family is that we're one Tennessee.
Being from Tennessee and being able to go to school at the University of Tennessee was an honor for me.
My scholarship means so much to me. It's really a blessing.
My message to the Tennessee Fund donors would be just to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to pursue my dreams.
We appreciate everything that you guys do for us.
Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me and my teammates.
Vol fans, there's one penalty that is not reviewable.
Where's your orange? It's Friday.
And you're not wearing orange.
You gonna really come out here with no orange on?
Do not forget to support your Vols by wearing your orange on Fridays.
Got to be kidding me.
Show us your orange and avoid getting a penalty flag thrown your way on Big Orange Friday.
Come on, man.
Big orange is our color. Big ideas feed the fire of the volunteer. When you see 16 million colors on a computer screen, understand a Tennessee graduate helped put them there. A Tennessee graduate made it possible for you to hold a conversation with a satellite in the palm of your hand. Our ideas touch your life in ways you can't imagine. Orange is simply a color. Big Orange is a way of life.
The University of Tennessee. Big Orange, big ideas.
Welcome back to Sports Mecca. I'm Thomas Beard. This is Shaq Jones, my co-host. We're going to talk a little bit of NFL free agency, and then we're going to wrap up with the playoff basketball. First off, I want to talk a little free agency news. We got some big names out there that still haven't been picked up. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Arian Foster, and then, of course, Colin Kaepernick's looking maybe to get traded. What do you think about these 3 guys? Which one's the most prosperous, and which one do you think is going to end up where?
Probably most prosperous would be Colin Kaepernick. I know he's coming off a strange season, performance-wise.
Right.
But however, I still think that he's the missing piece to a lot of NFL teams out there.
Definitely.
I expect him to be traded sometime during the NFL draft. I mean, it's just been a lot of trade rumors, as they should be coming into the NFL draft. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I like what was said earlier about trying to get him to the Broncos. The problem with that is the Broncos don't want to pay his full salary. Like, that's understandable. Like, he's getting paid $11 million. They don't have the cap space for that. So they're trying to get the 49ers to kind of foot them a little bit of money there. You know, they're like, we'll pay $7 million, you pay the other. And that trade doesn't, honestly, I don't think it's going to go through that way because the 49ers don't want to be like, okay, yeah, we'll continue paying the salary of a player that's not on our team. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. But we got to talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick and Arian Foster, too. Ryan Fitzpatrick is asking for a lot of money. Yeah. Like, he's going to go to the highest bidder, whoever that is. And honestly, I don't think he's that good. What do you think?
No, I agree, man.
Okay.
I think it's about that time in his career. He kind of, I mean, he still wants the dollars, but, you know, and he's trying to beg, like, team after team to, you know, go ahead and give him that cash. But
yeah.
I don't know. I see him taking a pay cut somewhere. On a good team, I mean.
See, I think the exact opposite. I think he's going to whoever pays him the most. The highest bidder wins. If that team is garbage, he doesn't care. Like he's around his 30s. Like he wants to get paid. It's time to get his money. He's been performing for too long. It's time to get paid. But I think honestly he'll end up back with the Jets. I just don't think there are that many teams out there that are interested with him or interested in him. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's just my personal take on it. And then what do you think about Arian Foster? Of course, he's coming off that season where he was hurt. Right. He didn't really do anything that much at all.
Right. I don't know. I think we need to give Foster another year just to kind of warm back up into the swing of things. I mean, sometimes it's a lot to ask players to come off an injury just like how they were before the injury. So I wouldn't see him cashing in until he can show us that the performance side of him is still there.
See, and my take on Arian Foster is I don't think he's worth the money.
Right.
I think he's going to ask for some money, and I don't think he's worth it. Running backs just aren't that valuable in the NFL anymore. Arian Foster's a beat-up running back who's just – I don't think he can perform. I don't think he can perform at the level that he used to.
I don't know, man. I mean, running backs, they're far and gone, but however, when you do come across a highly productive running back –
that's true.
It's a gem, man.
That's true.
A steal.
I think it'd be interesting. I mean, he won't end up there, but he seems like the type of guy at this stage in his career that would be like a Patriots running back. Because, you know, the Patriots kind of just pick up like washed-up running backs and then just kind of turn them into whatever they want.
Or it could be like kind of like DeMarco Murray.
Yeah. And he's just who knows. Right. Anyway, we want to talk a little bit of Johnny Manziel because that thing's crazy. He was dropped by his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. He terminated the representation. So what do you think about that? And do we see Johnny Manziel playing next year, or is he done?
He's done, man. Stick a fork in him. He's done. Like, seriously, I don't know, man. Like, Nike, they instantly took their contract back.
Right.
You know, you can't have our meals. So I really just don't see him having a lasting career in the NFL, man. The type of conduct that he shows off the field is just unacceptable at the professional level.
It's detrimental and it's horrible for a quarterback because the quarterback's supposed to be the leader. Right. And you can't have your leader getting wasted every night in some bar at some strip club. It just can't happen. He's not going to end up on an NFL team. If he does, he's not going to get playing time. I mean, the Broncos are talking about being interested in him. They're just saying that because they want to get another quarterback. They don't want him. Nobody wants him.
Right. Who wants this guy? Like, if anybody even thinks about Manziel, it's like you're just taking a risk.
Right, exactly. It's like it's not worth it.
You got some insurance with that purchase, man. Like I really wouldn't do it.
No, definitely not. All right.
Wish him the best.
So let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about some Eastern Conference basketball. Honestly, right now the playoffs are not that interesting.
No.
But let's talk about each game and then let's talk about maybe what you see later on in the series. Okay. So first off, we got Cavs and Pistons. Who you got in that series? What are you thinking?
Cavs.
And 4, 5, 6?
I say 5.
Cavs and 5. I actually totally agree with you on that one. I think the Pistons got enough in them. Like, they got a couple of good pieces there.
I like Marquise Moore.
Yeah, I mean, they got some good players there. I think they can push a Game 5. That's it. Okay, Atlanta-Boston. Of course, Atlanta's up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, let's just make that 4.
Yeah, I totally agree with you again. Like, they're gonna sweep. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, these games
like
are scripted.
Isaiah Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. He's a good guy.
But he can't do it all.
No, man.
No, you need
and
some.
I like Brad Stevens coming from the college NCAA ranks and just he's doing a great job with the Celtics. I will give him that. But, I don't see him winning the game.
No, I agree with you there. All right, so then we got Heat and Hornets, which is a one a lot people thought were going to be closer, but it's not looking that way.
No.
4-0 again.
I mean, the Heat minus LeBron James, they still have some championship pieces on their team.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. So I really see them winning maybe in 5 or 6.
Okay, see, I agree with you there. I think they're actually going to win in 4. I think they're going to sweep. They've got a team that's been there before. They've been there, done that, as opposed to a Hornets team that's really young. You know, we're talking about a guy like Kemba Walker, Jeremy Lin. They really haven't been in this position before. So I really think the Heat could sweep in 4 and could honestly make a deep playoff run if they get their stuff together. All right, and last we got Pacers and Raptors, which is honestly probably the most interesting one of the 4 matchups. Who you got?
Oh, man, that's tough. I like Paul George lately. He has been showing me everything we've been missing in PG-13, man. Make sure you have your mom with you. PG-13, man. But I definitely see Raptors in 5.
I agree with you. Gentlemen sweep there. The Raptors are going to beat them in 5. Paul George just can't do it all. Like, he's great, but he can't do it all. And we talked about it yesterday.
How long has George Hill started?
Exactly. Way too long. Way too long. All right, so that's the wrap-up on the Eastern Conference. Let's cover the Western Conference right quick. Warriors and Rockets. Do we really even need to talk about it?
Hey, we sleep on, man. Let's just keep it moving.
That's a sweep them. So Warriors probably gonna beat that one big time. All right, Clippers, Trailblazers. What do you think?
I like Damian Lillard. He's one of my favorites.
He's exciting to watch.
But yeah, he's not gonna cut it, man.
No, I agree with you there.
He traded Batum away. He traded Matthews. You traded Robin Lopez. Like, you traded your whole LaMarcus Aldridge. You traded your whole starting lineup. I mean, you're not going to go deep in the playoffs, and you only got there because Lillard is just amazing.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think that they could win 1 or 2 games, but again, I agree with you there for the Clippers. I hate to agree with you so much. Like, I mean, it makes it less exciting. All right, so Thunder and Mavs, which is actually a pretty exciting series right now. I mean, they got it 1-1. That last game that the Mavs played was pretty darn good.
I was talking about Wesley Matthews.
Yeah. Okay. So there's Raymond Felton. He's going to hit a 3. He had 21 points. Played absolutely lights out basketball near the end, near the 4th quarter. He's going to hit another 2 here. And he just played really well at the end of the game. Did that surprise you any?
Not at all. Felton is a proven veteran.
Yeah.
I mean, he's well past 30. However, it's a lot of teams who always see good things in his play style. He's definitely a true point guard. So even if he's not on a tear, he still brings that stability to any NBA roster.
All right, and we were talking about Kevin Durant earlier. Of course, he missed the first shot, but he hits the second one here. Raymond Felton's going to miss both free throws. OKC's going to get the rebound, run it down the court. They're going to chunk up 3 shots, but as you're going to see here, 1, 2, 3, it goes in. Whoa! No. The refs go back and review it, and his hands are all over the ball right when the clock runs out. So that was a really close game, really exciting finish. But well, hold on a second. The Mavs end up stealing one. There we go. The Mavs end up stealing one that was really close. But do you think could the series be any closer? Is this going to be the closest series we've seen in the West? What do you think?
I actually do think that it's a pretty competitive series. I don't know, Westbrook and KD, like I said earlier, they tend to make some bad mistakes at the end of the game, and this is just another example. I mean, Steven Adams almost had it, but I do like what the Mavs bring to the table. Like I was just talking about, Wesley Matthews is a big-time guy. Dirk.
Raymond Felton, of course, we talked about. Dirk still got some game left.
Yeah. Don't sleep on Dirk, man. Please don't.
And if we'll remember now, a couple years ago, they were the 7th seed against the Miami Heat, who were picked to win it all, and they ended up beating them in the first round. They ended up, going through all the way and won the whole thing. If you remember a few years back. So yeah, there's a pretty darn good team. All right, and then last we got the Spurs and the Grizzlies, which again is pretty much a wrap up at this point.
I'm from Memphis. I love the Grizzlies. But,
the Grizzlies are hurt first off, so they don't have their point guard or their center, Marc Gasol and what's his name? Come on, you got me.
Yeah, Conley.
There we go, Michael Conley. Yeah, I mean they're all hurt, so I can't see them pulling it out. But it's definitely sad to see. Yeah. And honestly, it's just pathetic. They only scored 68 points.
I personally think it is time for a rebuild, and I know everybody from Memphis is gonna look at me crazy. Like, what is he saying? But
yeah. No, I agree with you there. They need a superstar, and they don't have one. That's just the bottom line. All right, real quick, finals. Who you got?
I have Cavs and the Warriors.
That's not really much to pick. I agree with you there. Warriors and Cavs if Curry stays healthy. If there's no Curry, I could see any of the other 3, like the LA Clippers, the Spurs, or the Thunder.
Sometimes the Spurs will scare you, and even with Curry, sometimes.
Right, exactly.
The Spurs will give you a run for your money.
But then I agree with you. I think it's either going to be Cavs or Heat. I think the Heat have a chance just because they've been there before. So I mean, but I'd probably agree with you there for Cavs. Anyway, that's going to do it all for Sports Mecca. My name is Thomas Beard. This is Shaq Jones. See you next week.